Everybody, Brian Lambert here. We are live with Guardian and Scalar. Thank you for joining and welcome to the Brian Lambert Show, where we continue to figure out how to live stream and to learn together. How you doing, Scalar and Guardian?
Fantastic. Happy New Year, purple people.
Happy New Year.
Doing very well. A happy New Year indeed. We made it in by like 8 o'clock, went out to eat, and now I'm here with getting over bronchitis, but I went to Doc in the Box and did the right thing. So I'm glad to be with everyone today. We'll have great discussion.
Yeah, I hope you feel better. And one of our team members is out because of that. So I hope you feel better soon. So one of the things I thought we could do is continue to work on the show, and to help us with that, we'll do some of the segments, such as the news. So let me share some news from today. This is the Digital Command News post, and there's a couple of things on here that I thought was interesting. One of those is an AI-powered robot named CAPTCHA became the first to teach a class, and a high school in Germany hosted a humanoid robot as a teacher. And let's take a look here and take a listen to the robot. What do you guys think? What do you think of our humanoid friend?
I didn't get to hear her, so from my standpoint. So
I heard nothing as well. Same thing.
I saw a picture of the female robot, I think, in the front of the classroom. But
okay, maybe it's because I went to full screen. So let's take a look. All right, let me try it again.
Sure.
This is part of our learning process. So actually, it might have been because I opened a new window. Let me try it. I'm gonna hit this. Okay, let me know if you can't hear it.
Attention, humans. We have now reached our fifth and final.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Okay.
Debate topic. AI leads to more fake news. This should be particularly interesting given how much misinformation exists about my kind.
This is CAPTCHA, an artificial intelligence-operated humanoid robot, teaching a class on AI.
All right, what do you think?
I'd hate to be disciplined by the robot for talking out of class or something.
Yeah, really.
Compelling, though. Makes me want to watch, no question.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, it's cool. I want to watch the course get taught.
Well, how many people would show up for that course just out of curiosity?
But this plays like right into who we are. We're the company that's going to get them to show up, because we're going to have not only taken it but critiqued it and rebuilt it with our tools. So these are the courses we built. Start building these courses now into the realm of we talked about earlier. So anyway, it went well. I liked the second when you played it the second time. It was good. I just would like to see more of the teaching.
Yeah, great. So it's in the newsletter, and we can spend more time on that if you go to the newsletter. Let's see what else. OpenAI upgrades its smartest AI model with improved reasoning skills, navigating the complexities of Gen AI. Meta's fake AI users are here. So yeah, there's a lot going on every day. Seems like more and more news. One of the things that I think I'm interested in is AI's role in education. And I think to Brad's point, there's a lot of opportunity to improve education in a lot of different fields. So with that said, one of the things that I'm excited about, and I wanted to make a bit of an announcement, was the AI lead actually won an award. It's won a Pinnacle Award.
Yeah.
So
outstanding job, Dr. Brian Lambert.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm proud of it. Critical Award winning, one of the best books of the year, and just got announced here this morning. So I posted that out on social. So yeah, thanks so much. And we will be building out a tour. We're going to hit the road with the AI lead and do a series of workshops in a bunch of different cities. So stay tuned for that as well. I'm excited about that. So what's been going on in your world, Scalar? I know one of the things that you've been exploring is the concept of AI agents. What have you been learning?
Oh,
It's a lot.
well, glad you brought that up. Well, first of all, we discussed that a lot here, but AI agents are, the buzzword for 2025. Chatbots are, kind of 2024, but everything is now around agents. And what I've learned is, first of all, there's a number of different platforms that are available for non-technical people, meaning non-coders like myself, to be able, not all of them, to be able to go in and assemble a very simple chat agent, forgive me, that will, carry out some simple tasks. There's a number of them that are out there already. In fact, and these agents you can hire them. Let's say you need an agent to help you with your calendar. You can go on a site and subscribe to this agent, download it, and it will, if you want to input questions or prompts around how to help me with my calendar for 2025 or become more organized or be more productive, it'll do that for you. And I'm now kind of going through the steps of seeing how to build an agent myself through one of these platforms.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
So building an AI agent entails understanding a lot of different things. One of the things I've learned in the process is it entails understanding different sources of data, as well as actions that you want the agent to take. Yep. One of the things that I actually blogged about was the difference between AI agents, AI automation, and chatbots, right? So chatbots are back and forth. They're literally just talking. AI automation or workflow automation are repeatable steps that an AI can take or a machine learning model can take where it does something repeatable. When we move into agents and the concept of AI agents, they actually can think, quote unquote, think for themselves and take action. So they're not necessarily prescriptive. They're actually able to generate ideas and thoughts, if you will, and take action based on its context. So you still have to give it guardrails. You still have to give it source data. You still have to give it prompts. You still have to understand a workflow. Yep. But within those guardrails or within those boundaries, an AI agent can do a lot of different things. I like to use the thought or the analogy of making coffee. You can chat with a chat bot about how to make coffee, or you could automate a step of making coffee, like perhaps filling the water, the water reservoir, and having AI do that. So it never drops below a certain level where automation kicks in. But when you get into like an AI agent asking you how you like your coffee, it's still going to follow the steps. It's still going to, follow the process, but it's going to take your input and figure out how to make the best coffee for you, whether it's the way you like it, cream or not cream, sugar, not sugar, hot temperature, right? There are a lot of things that can be decided upon in order to automate that workflow. And then eventually AI agents can move into the space of maybe not even making coffee only, but also adding other types of drinks and figuring out how to do it for you. So there's a lot of technology behind the scenes and a lot of interaction with large language models and also process to make that stuff happen. So lots of ways to think about an AI agent there. So that's cool that you're exploring that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. And one of the things that I think is interesting is where all that's going. And they, when I read the news, I read the news daily. one of the things that I hear a lot about is that 2025 will be the year of the AI agent, and there will be a lot going on with that. So,
Brian, do we want to discuss or kind of go into how the software industry is potentially changing as a result of agents, or is that a little too deep for today's discussion?
yeah, what do you think? What are you learning about?
Well, I mean, if an AI agent, if the agent, has all the resources, the large language model, all the sources, has the workflow behind it, the actions that are prescribed. For instance, right? Excel is just really an agent that sits on a database, right? And it does what you want it to do with the data that's behind it, right? Well, I imagine you could build an agent that does the same thing or even more in a slightly different look. And why would you need to subscribe or pay for software if you can use an agent to do the same thing for you? Frightening to a degree.
Yeah, I mean, it's my way of thinking. You start thinking about like what like these bots are. It's like turning truly turning AI on itself, because it's like, as a security guy, you look at like, why are LLMs such the focus is like AI gets off the guardrails, these large language models. Well, let's face it, that's data warehouses. That's just volumes of storage of data. How long in the world of AI in which bots can deploy, how long before you can replicate even the terabytes of data or even snip it from them using AI to do this, to do the indexing and the surveying, before it's like that data be somewhere readily available? That's like, why are LLMs the starting point? It's just like the deeper questions, and I've been trying to explore it a little bit, but it's just interesting to me from a security guy who thinks about contraction and detection and response and the nature of data and the transfer of data, and it's all about the data. Like, as bots become the norm, it's like turning AI in itself and saying, go just explore this, and then just tap it on the shoulder and say, take deeper angles. It's a fascinating narrative of what we're on the cusp of. So just for me, it was like, why are LLMs like where it started? There's got to be some kind of anthropology. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep the thread updated. Those things.
Well, the idea of a large language model and the foundational models like Anthropic or Gemini, right? They've been trained on trillions and trillions and trillions of different documents across the internet, and there's a way in which those models have learned. You have to do deep learning, and you have to teach the model how to learn, and that in this case took years and trillions of dollars to figure out how to make it learn. So now that the large language models, these platform models have actually, these foundational models have actually learned, now you can interact with them. So this was the question at a lot when AI became more mainstream, was people like, oh, I'm going to go build out and train my own LLM. In fact, one example of that would be Bloomberg, that went out and decided to train their own LLM. The investment there is massive. There's a huge barrier to entry to that, right? So not everybody.
Like Wall Street, though, with the financial service, like and crypto mining and encryption as a security guy, like what are we on the cusp of? Where it's like you start to really look through the
right
through the looking glass. It's just
based on those learnings in the LLMs. Now you're having
bots are basically little foot soldiers that you can deploy to just turn AI into a never-ending research and aggregator and eventually learner for you.
Right. And that's
resident expert. Boom.
Right. Yeah, and that's where a lot of companies or a lot of discussion has been on this concept of bots, right? So and you back to Mark's question or points about software, like if you took project management software,
right,
like a spreadsheet is software, of project managing in a spreadsheet or project managing.
Yeah, work breakdown structure, application, right? Something like that.
Right. Or using one of these software as a service SaaS platforms like Trello or Asana or Jira, right? All of the thinking required. So anytime you have to, think in these platforms in order to figure things out, to do the project, AI can help there. So an AI agent can be deployed to help assign tasks in the where would it assign it? Well, it would assign it in the project management software probably, but it could actually say, hey, this is behind. Let me take steps to ask a different team member if they can help. And it could actually engage others on your behalf. Or it could actually track progress and actually generate its own report instead of you having to say, oh, let me log in right now. Let me ask it, and let me figure out what the status is. You could actually get something automatically from the bot that says, here's what your status is, or even compile a custom report for you and send it off to somebody. So anytime that you have to quote unquote think, an AI bot could be a replacement for that thinking. Eventually down the road, perhaps an AI ecosystem, a series of bots could replace software. But we'll be in a big gray area for many years where, people will still need some sort of software application to do things in. It's just that the thinking to figure things out would be augmented with an AI bot or a series of bots.
Accelerated, greatly accelerated. Yeah.
Right.
Let's be
And
more
then that's
integrated.
where I think you would find Microsoft saying, okay, well, eventually entire Windows will go away and Windows and applications would go away. And you would have an AI ecosystem.
Well, they'll convert the Windows users to, they'll rename it some kind of Microsoft AI. They'll name it roll it out as Copilot. Like, we'll migrate your Windows licenses in. We can become the empowerment enabler, the data power for AI. We've got relationships with NVIDIA. They'll figure out ways to, package the whole. Microsoft, Windows may go away, but it's not going to go away slowly, and it'll be replaced by something, that kind of a user base. They'll come up with something.
Right. So, well, them coming up with something is a vision that's already been stated where applications and operating systems become much more AI and software as we know it and operating systems as we know it evolve and change into a series of bots that talk to each other and work for you as opposed to static software. So, and this is a great conversation. And I think I just put in, if you're on the chat, if you're watching the live show, I definitely encourage you to chat your questions. We will see them here on the screen, and we welcome those opportunities to engage with you. So thank you for participating in the Brian Lambert show. So what's the next topic? What do you guys want to talk about next? Well, I think from my perspective, that's about all we have for today. I wanted to keep it short. I wanted to talk about bots, and also we're testing out this new streaming software, and I will say I like it better than the other streaming software we were using. So I think that this is a great platform for us to continue to use, and I hope our shows continue to get better as we learn over time through this process. So I appreciate you joining.
Mark, are you here, Brad?
Brian's frozen for me.
Just as we said, how much we like the platform.
Yeah, that is comical.
Oh my goodness! I mean,
Tremendous communication.
How ironic. And it is a good platform. I mean, it's been great.
Yeah. Stop talking about it. When it comes back, let's shut down the conversation around it altogether and be like, anyway, we'll reconvene next. I thought we were going to go through more stuff. Look at that Google Doc.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing now is, there's bots, right? And we use chat. I use 5 or 6 bots. You use a number of them. They're real simple. We use them to help make us more productive and, efficient, quicker. But it's really about the.
I might start storyboarding a few slides for our show here.
AI and workflow.
Like what I'm thinking about.
Yes. We're still live. Brian had to step away. He was detained momentarily.
Who's joining us today?
I don't know. I'm not able to see our guest list who showed up today. No one's really.
Oh, that's Brian.
Yeah, that's Brian. Here comes Brian back. His computer
He
locked
must
up.
have dropped out. Yeah, he must have
It
dropped
wasn't
out.
the system. It was him.